So there was something I was very intrigued by ever since I kind of got here, right back in May. And a subscriber had mentioned it to me, but it's a very historical heritage site out here. Goes way, way back. And I'm really intrigued by it. I want to go check it out. And I was hoping you'd like to come along and check it out with me. So let's take off and do that, okay? So here we are at the Grist Mill and Gardens, and it's a very, very old historical site in the KEREMEOS, Similkameen area. Very, very, very old, and a lot of really good history here and a lot of old artifacts and everything like that. So let us go and check this place out. I'll show you around. Okay, so first we got here, it's got a campground here, which is really, really cool. Look at all these sites along here. They're all in the shade. It's hard to see, I guess. But it's Creekside campsite. Let's go look at the sign. Creekside campground. There we go. And this is, I believe it's a KEREMEOS Creek. I'm pretty sure about that. All these camping spots here, everyone's got a picnic table. There's RVs, tents, whatever you want down here pretty much. There's an RV over there. But there's quite a number of beautiful campsites here. And now when they say it's Creekside, they're not joking. Because every site is right along the creek here. Look, there's a little trail down here. Isn't that cool? Awesome, eh? Oh my God, what a nice little creek it's back here. Just beautiful. Wow, you gotta love being out here. This is just great and peaceful too. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Yeah, so every site here's got a, well, just about every site has a creek beside it, except for on the other side over there. But yeah, so they got the campground here. And I just thought I'd show you this first because you see it when you drive into the parking lot here. You can see everyone parked along in here. That's the parking lot. So let's go and check out the rest of the place and check out this this mill, Grist Mill. And this is site number 1. I thought you'd like to check this out. Look, they got the picnic table there. They actually got power, so you can plug in there. Got good power. Got a really nice fire pit. I used to own one like this, almost exactly like this. And then look at this setup they got here. They got a chair and a little table. You can sit in the shade and enjoy, just listen to the sound of the creek going by and all that. A nice little open space here. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful, huh? All right, let's go. So here we are, the Grist Mill and Gardens. Yep. So I'm going to show you around out front here first. Look at this beautiful flower garden I got out here. Just absolutely beautiful. And I think a lot of the plants, flowers and apple trees and different things they got growing out here, a lot of them are heritage products. You know, beautiful place though, eh? Huh. There's Mountain Ash. Birds love those. But I thought, check out some of the stuff outside here, the old machinery and everything. I have no idea what that is. It looks like something for tilling the ground for agriculture. Same with this. This is, I forget what they call it. It's a plow of some sort, I think. Anyway, there. But this here, I thought this was really cool and unusual. I've never seen anything quite like this one. This is something special, yeah. Very special. I wonder if any one of you out there remember these or have any idea about them. Just an amazing thing. So let's go check over here. This one's definitely not so old. But this one, yeah, look at this. The old wagon wheels and everything. That just awesome looking. Just takes you back in time, doesn't it? Just fantastic. Wow. Really nice place here. Yeah. Garden and everything. So before we go in, we're going to check this information thing here. Bring you up to speed a little bit. Hopefully. Okay. The building of a flouring mill by Mr. Price led to the raising of wheat by the Indians as well as by the white settlers, and then was realized for the first time the wonderful productiveness of the soil. And that was written in 1905 by Henry Nicholson. Now this is a grist mill at KEREMEOS, British Columbia. It was founded by Barrington Price in 1877. This mill represents the early days of European settlement in this region. It is typical of the many small mills that were built throughout the province in the late 1800s. Here you will see the mechanical genius of North American inventors combined with the rustic necessities of frontier life. The grist mill was restored and managed by a community contribution corporation. There we go. But yeah, basically it was, it brought agriculture to this area for the first time in history, kind of thing, for the natives as well as white people and everybody else that was in this area. And it just produced a lot of agriculture in the area, and products, agricultural products, and jobs and everything, and it brought, it just built up this area really well. Anyway, let's go inside and check it out. Okay, into the front doors. This is the main entrance here, and they just want to show you around everything here. These are all jams and jellies and preserves and things. They got pickles and stuff like that, and they're all locally produced here. Everything here is locally produced. You have all sorts of products, barbecue sauce, and all sorts of variety of things. One of my favorite things to check out, right here. Has anyone ever seen garlic syrup? The interesting thing is, a couple of weeks ago, somebody gave me a couple of things, a couple of gifts, and one of them was this garlic syrup. I'd never seen it before, and I thought, this would be great to try it out. And then it came up here, and it's the same one they're selling here. So they must have bought it here. Anyway, got a lot of really cool stuff. Got some informational things here, the pamphlets and stuff. And it got some really good books on all sorts of things for BC and Western Canada, basically, like that. Now this one here, I have this one at home. This is one of my favorite ones for checking out the edible plants in BC and the rest of Canada. I've got that one. This mushroom book, you know, I'm a big mushroomer. I've had this one and read it, and I don't have it anymore, but I've read right through that one. And there was another one here I saw. Oh, this one here, the birds. I've read that one out. I've never owned it, but I've read it. But a lot of really good informational books on Rocky Mountain mammals and everything, wildlife, plants and everything. And the Cowboy Way. That one I'd really like to check out. Really like to. Yeah, that's cool. So anyway, we go in here. This is the reception area here where you know, basically pay for your tours and pay for whatever products and everything. They have all sorts of fascinating stuff up here. Red Eye coffee and some knickknacks and products. These are seem to be replicas of old. That's a feather pendant. These are very interesting crafts and things. Oh, and they have organic teas as well. Tranquil tea, breathability, immunity. Yeah, really cool. Very cool. And then behind me, we have the sort of the cafe and sort of restaurant sort of thing. Well, you can pick up products like these cutting boards and stuff like that.
I will give you this.
And apparently everything is locally produced here. Everything. Oh, they have all sorts of face and body butter, salves and different things, healing salves, everything. This is very fantastic. And of course here we have a really nice menu up here. They got beverages, lunch and sandwiches and everything like that. And they're all made here and handmade by the people here. Everything around here. Really great. Okay, well that's the bit of a tour of the entrance. Let's go check out the main attraction here.
Yeah. Make sure you're stable.
Here we go. Look at the old barrels they got. Got a lot of these over there. I love those old barrels. I love to build things with them. Wow, look at this place. Isn't this beautiful?
There is Betty's up there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at this garden area.
I know. The canopy.
Wow, that's nice. Nice. We're just going to wander around and check things out. So over here, they got a bunch of picnic tables. I think they're just sitting on the side for now, but you can utilize them if you want to. But what they have out here is they have night markets out here. I think they have day markets as well. I have to do a little more research, but they definitely have night markets. And I missed the night market on Saturday evening. They had the night market, and they also had a salmon plank dinner special. Oh, I would have loved to have that, but they're all homemade here and everything like that. And I would have loved that, but I never made it out. But this is one of the older original wheels. It's been rebuilt a couple of times apparently like that, but it's actually been around a very, very long time. But that's just one of the older, oops, I'm getting my feet wet with the sprinklers here. One of the older original wheels for the grist mill itself. But just a beautiful garden here. And also, there's apple trees all over the place here. And they're actually heritage apples, and some you can't get anymore. And there's one here that's very famous, and I gotta go look at it again. I can't remember the name of it, but look at these apples here. Look at them all over the ground. I'm gonna try one of these. I haven't had old ancient heritage apples in a long time, since I was a kid. But yeah, all of these are original from way back when the grist mill and the garden area was all first done. So let's come around here. Look at the sunflowers. Beautiful, eh? A walk through time. 1870s general store and 1890s home. Yep. And this is the apple house we're right beside here. Look at all the rock work here, eh? But this is what they did. I can't remember what year it was. I don't know if it said on there, but this is called the apple house, and they built this just to store virtually all the apples and stuff in here and keep them fresher longer and stuff. Yeah, and so they have a lot of really good old photographs from way, way back. And here's a sample of some of the local plants and things out here. Just dried pressed flowers and leaves and things. Yep. This is a big room, really big. But this is where they stored all the apples in here. I gotta try this one. Oh, this apple here. Absolutely juicy and delicious and sweet. Just like the old ones. But here we go here. Hopefully I'll find the one I'm thinking of and show it to you and explain it to you. But these are all heritage apple trees from way, way back. I don't even know what the year was exactly, but it was before 1900 anyway. This one, oh, this is plums. These are an ancient heritage plum. Yes, wow. I gotta check these ones out. I think they're a plum. Those are, what do they call it? Crab apple. A type of crab apple. Wow, they taste good. Best crab apple type apple I've ever had in my life. Wow, that's fantastic. Quite a few different varieties of apples up in here. And most of these you won't see out in the orchards anymore at all. And I know they pick these apples and they make jams and pies and all sorts of things out of them. Fantastic. It's just a beautiful walk around this place. Huge, huge, massive chestnut tree. There's another one over here. Massive, massive trees. Wow, I gotta read this this sign here for the chestnut trees. There's a nice little bench you can sit on and just sit in the shade and look at the garden. Okay, horse chestnut trees, 3 generations. Now it's about 150 years old, this tree. It was planted by Barrington Price himself in 1877 to provide a nice morning shade and everything for the general store and such. Wow. Oh, I see. Okay, this particular tree, it was planted in 1992, but it's the grandchild of the original chestnut tree that was planted here by Barrington Price. Crazy, crazy. Beautiful, beautiful. There's lilac. I love lilac. It's too bad I didn't get here earlier in the year and see it all in bloom. Yeah. But you come around up here. They cook with wood stoves, the old, ancient wood stoves, and I can smell the wood. I can smell the wood burning. But here, this is at Grist Mill Museum, but I think this used to be the original store. Look at the barrels. I love these barrels. They're fantastic. Some old, I don't know what this is, but very old machinery of sorts. I guess they got them out here. They're going to refurbish them and get them moving again. But yeah. Now this really takes you back in time.
New Caledonia. BC was called New Caledonia in the Dominion of Canada.
This is wheat.
Yeah.
They had predominantly made the mill itself to grind wheat, but then they realized they could grind up all sorts of other grains and stuff. But this here, I'll see if I can get this to work for you. But you wind this wheel here, and it shows you how it picks up the grain and dumps it over, and then back down into this section down in here. And this, it's like a worm wheel or something. It moves the grain along there and up and over. Really cool unit. But that's, someone's display model that they've made. Modernly kind of thing. Now an interesting thing here, look at this here. They've got this board off kind of thing with the railing. But it's some kind of cellar down inside here. Now I want to show you what it says here. It says, during restoration of the building, this pit was discovered. Layers of flooring added over the years had concealed the trap door in the original floor. It says, did the general store owners keep freshly ground flour here? They don't really know about it, but they opened it up and so it can be viewed and everything and seen and keep it intact from its historical point of view. Look at these. These are seed packages. I'm assuming from way back kind of thing. And Page's Choice flower seeds, 10 cents a pack. 10 cents a pack. We pay a lot more for seeds these days. Look at these ancient pelts up here. from the neighborhood. They look like mink, I think.
I know we got here this
Old tobacco cans and everything. Look at the shoes though. Those are definitely shoes from way back in the day. Way back.
The Lionsgate Bridge?
Late 1800s. They got a lot of old cans in
It
here
was quite late. It was in 38.
and stuff.
And you know who paid for it, right?
Us?
The Guinness family.
Oh, this is an old letter
Guinness
written
They
in
were
about
the pioneers
1890 or so
for access
by Reverend Sharp. And it's a letter about Mr. Price and his operation here. So they've kept this letter here, and there's references to Mr. Price and the operation here.
I know because I used to be.
But here they got all sorts of different ground wheats and grains and stuff like that. There's black bean, red lentil, green pea, yellow pea, green lentil, potato, barley, masa harina. Never heard of that. That's a pastry flour. And they got dark rye, buckwheat. One of my favorites is buckwheat. They got cream of wheat, brown rice, quinoa, wheat germ, and whole grain amaranth. Amaranth is a very healthy product for you.
Your sister's still lives
But those are samples of some of the things they've done here after they started with the wheat. Look at the costume there. That's a costume from back in the 1800s. There's just so much here, so much here. Barrington Price, founder of the mill. And I believe that's a picture of Barrington Price. Pretty sure. Got a lot of history here on Barrington Price and the mill itself and how it got started and everything like that. But this mill was created in 1877 by Mr. Price. And these are actually laminated original newspaper articles and pages from way back in the day. I'm trying to find the date on this one. 1878. 1878. Original newspaper pages and stuff, all laminated now. There's so much here. You got to come down yourself and check it all out. Here's red fife. I've heard of red fife. The seed came from Danzig, Poland, via Glasgow, Scotland, to arrive at the farm of David Fife in Ontario. Interesting. It was very popular wheat in the 1870s and 1890s. Different kinds of wheat, Marquis and Ladoga. Ladoga was brought to Canada from Russia. I guess the glare there, you can't see it all that well, but now these here, I thought these were really cool. 1880s, Similkameen native beadwork. Check those out. Those are from before 1900. Beadwork by the local natives in the area. And that leather, look at how old that leather is. That's crazy. Crazy. And I believe that's probably one of the people that were making these things. They got ancient photos everywhere around here. It's just fantastic to check this out. Oh, another thing I wanted to do was show you this. Give you this book here, Hudson's Bay Company, 1670 to 1870, 200 years, by E.E. Rich. It's all about the Hudson Bay Company originally coming into BC kind of thing. I'd love to read that book at some time, but it just sit here. I guess you could sit down and read it, but I don't want to take my time. But they've got everything here. Now this is an actual small replica of the grist mill itself. The grist mill here is the last remaining water-powered wheat mill in Western Canada, and it's probably the first one in BC, possibly. But this is just a replica of how it works and everything like that. Looks pretty neat, but we're going to see the real thing pretty soon here. This is just insane, the amount of information and artifacts and history and everything they've got going on here.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. No, it's for you to build. It's for adults, children.
So it's got a bit of a history here. It goes from 1846 to 1859 and then 1860 to 65. Here's 1865, 1871, 1876. Wow. Oh, in 1877, Queen Victoria was named Empress of India. Yeah, a lot of historical things. There's some really good artifacts here from tools and things from that time frame during the construction, actually. Whoops, don't want to bump into anything. But here we go. There's a little diagram of some of the workers cutting up the wood and logs and beams and everything for the mill itself. It's an ancient open plank saw. Whip saw. This is a whip saw handle from an original one. And then they got all this beautiful historical stuff. This is the life and art of Julia Bullock Webster in KEREMEOS, 1894 to 1895. And I just love old photographs like this. They're just something else, aren't they? So most of this is the art of Julia Webster. And here's George Dawson's journal from June 1877. George Dawson. Now this is cool here. Now this is the way everybody lived way back in the day in the 1800s and even some of the early 1900s. That's how everybody lived, in tents and stuff like that. And they camped in the woods. There was only woods here, and then a little later on after that, they built kind of, slapped together houses and cabins and things like that, just out of the raw wood that they cut down here.
So these are the tops of her.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff here now. Here's a neat replica kind of a pack saddle for horses, for packing lumber or grain or whatever.
They're just the top.
Yeah, because I think the rest was.
So this pack saddle would rest on a blanket on the horse, and it could carry a lot of different things. But just a lot of ancient photos here. That's an ancient photo of the KEREMEOS area, and that's exactly what it looks like today, only in color. Some more cabins and things back from the old days. Wow, just there's so much history here, so much. Beautiful old fireplace. I just love this one. Just fantastic. Here's mill history. In February 1876, Barrington Price began constructing the grist mill, which commenced operation the following year. This early attempt at flour milling produced a coarse, dark flour, usable but not as desirable as the flour imported from Colville, Washington territory. Price and later John Coulthart, the subsequent owner of the property here, made improvements to the mill, but poor transportation facilities and availability of better quality flour from larger mills forced this closure in the mid-1890s. That's Barrington Price right there, yeah. But it, it gave a lot of employment and everything, and opened up agriculture in this area and stuff like that. That had, they never seen here before in the past.
And he talks about writing down to Mr. Price's the mill.
And here you can come in here, and they got little log building kits and stuff. I think this is the kids area, because they have a lot of especially kids things here. Look at this, you gotta see this. the old kind of wood stoves they had for doing cooking everything and baking bread and all sorts of things. Wow, just fantastic. There's a lot of books in this cabinet, all old books about the history of the whole area and different things, products, plants and everything. Another old newspaper. This one's original. It's not laminated. It's from 1878 as well. Just fantastic. But look at this piano. Oh, I love this piano. I don't know how old it is. I don't think it's as old as 1877 or whatever, but it's definitely been around a long time. Yeah, crazy, crazy. So many things to see. Absolutely so many things to see. Look at these old tools they had. I think this one here, I think that's an adze. I'm not sure. Obviously that's an axe or a hatchet or something. Beautiful saw in the corner. I'm not sure what that is, but it's been around a long time. Anyway, they also have you can sit in these chairs here, and they have a video running constantly of basically sort of a history video of the whole. There's the mill there, see? History video of the mill itself, the GRIST mill at KEREMEOS, British Columbia. There we go. Yeah. So that'd be cool to sit and watch at some point. But we're going to give you a personal tour. Hello. You like the original outfits? It's beautiful. Beautiful. Look at this. The original kind of log houses and
This is a funny one.
buildings they lived in and had a store and whatever. All right, let's go out this side. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard me saying, but out in this KEREMEOS area, it gets really hot. Like it can get up to 110, sometimes even higher. But it's really hot. The average is like 90 degrees a lot in the summer, 95 degrees, 100 degrees. So back in the day when they had to cook their meals and everything, it's just so hot to do it inside. So they built an outdoor kitchen. And a lot of this is original. Some of it's not so much. I just love these barrels. They're so cool. Absolutely wonderful. I just want to show you the stoves here, though. This stove is gorgeous.
Hello there. And,
Just an absolutely beautiful stove. Now this was donated in 1995?
no, this one was donated to us 2 years ago.
Oh, just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's definitely an old one, though.
Oh, yeah, it's
Okay, it's
1910.
McClary Kootenay Range, London, Ontario, 1910. Refurbished and donated to KEREMEOS Grist Mill Foundation.
resale.
Wow, that's
Take a
nice.
picture.
Oh, certainly.
But that is beautiful. But they do all their baking and everything out here.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
And
they all wear traditional garb as well.
12:30, I will have some
Them
muffins
to
for you
try.
to try.
Okay, we got to come back for muffins.
Yes, you do.
Who doesn't love these cast iron frying pans, eh?
Where are you visiting from?
I'd love a whole set of those. I got a couple of small ones, but I grew up with cast iron frying pans.
Right behind you.
But this is, the outdoor kitchen. And this is where they did all the baking and stuff in the summer because it's too hot to do it inside. Awesome, eh? So here we go to the mill. But they got garden all over the place, like little plots. I think I might have gone past a couple, I'm not sure. Nice little garden in here. This looks very, very original. The fencing around. And this is how they did their water to water the garden, was just a hand pump and a well. And I believe the well has got to be under this platform. But yeah, they got a nice garden going on here. It's late in the year. It's practically fall now, just around the corner. Probably a week or something. So the garden's kind of coming to its end for the season. More chestnut trees out here. Yeah, this is just great. Just a beautiful property here. But it gets better as we go along. Just wait. Here's more of the garden here. I guess this one's grown over with grass right now. Another heritage apple. This might be the one I'm thinking of. Just might be. Nah, that's not the one I'm thinking of. At least it doesn't say so on the sign. It just gives a little bit of a history of these gardens going in and some of the flowers and stuff like that. But like I say, we're at the end of, we're past, I think, the summertime now. But look at these melons. These melons are the biggest freaking melons I've ever seen in my life. Look at the size of this sucker. I'm just going to show you this. That's the apple I was eating, and I am eating. Look at the size of that. Just an amazing size, eh? That's amazing. Now this is the mighty Zucca melon. This huge melon began as a closely guarded Sicilian secret, sprawling on the slopes of Mount Etna. Interesting, I didn't know that part. In 1938, 7 Zucca seeds reached BC, and by 1947, more than 100 acres of this valley was dedicated to growing the Zucca melon. And they're known to reach up to 100 pounds. And the Zuccas were primarily used for candied peel. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. That's a massive, massive melon. I've never seen them or heard of them in my life. That is cool. So those are a very heritage product there. Goes way back to the 1930s. Probably beyond that too. But yeah, little gardens everywhere. There's Julia Bullock Webster's flowers in here. She was the artist that we saw inside the general store there. Lots of benches and that to sit out in the shade here. And I think this chicken coop or chicken deal here, chicken pen and coop, I think that's kind of a modern, more of a modern attachment here. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask about that, but okay. Here we go here. This is the entrance to the upper part of the mill, just so you can see some of the components and everything that. And then just over here, right there, we got to walk down across the creek and around to the other side. But we'll show you this first. This is really cool. Very cool. I love these old barrels. I really love these old barrels. Really cool. Anyway, we'll come across here. So they got a bridge right across the creek. And look at that creek going there. That's the creek that runs past the campground, like I showed you a little earlier. This is going to be a long video, I think. Unfortunately. Creek there, yeah. So we come in here. Normally this is roped off here, but these are about cleaning and grinding and sifting, the process of flour milling. And it tells you the whole process of it and how it works and everything. This is the mill working right now. And Tyler, the old guy Tyler over there, he shows everyone around. He was the one that initially refurbished this whole thing, mostly by himself. He had to get help for some of the things, but he's the main contributor and hands-on person who refurbished the whole thing right from scratch. The parts were all stashed away somewhere, and he just brought them all back together, put it all together, and got the mill working again. Now we go down this here. KEREMEOS Creek. There we go, KEREMEOS Creek. Now I swear that this creek and everything the way it looks right now is exactly the same as it looked back in the late 1800s. You know, maybe a little cleanup here and there, but I don't think anything really has changed much since that time at all with the creek and everything itself. So here's, come down the stairs here, Welcome to the grist mill at KEREMEOS, 1877 flour mill. Now this shows you all the bottom end workings of the mill. That is so cool. I guess this starts running when they get to a different process in the flour grinding and processing. It tells you about every single part down here and what they do. I'm trying not to make this a long video, but it's almost impossible here. Look at the old straw hat. But that's been around a while. Yeah, this is great. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So now we come out here, and I noticed this before when I was out before. Old, what do they call them? Penny farthing bicycles? I think that's what they're called. That's a great bicycle. Wow. That has definitely been around a long time. I'm sure some people here way back in time rode that around the property and down the roads or something. Here's the grist mill on the outside working, and like I said, it's the last surviving water-powered flour mill in Western Canada and BC for sure. Oh, look, it's turned off. Interesting. I guess he's showing the people upstairs how they turn it off and work it and everything like that. Yeah, that's great. But anyway, so here we go again. It's going to start up. Wow, isn't that great? And they rebuilt this from all the parts that were lying around here from way back in the day when it was it stopped being a flour mill, and it became a private property for many long years until someone like Tyler came along and decided to rebuild it back to its original glory. But isn't that great? You see the trough coming down there. It picks up the water up the creek, up the hill a ways. It all comes down the trough and makes the wheel go around, and they grind the wheat. And look at this outdoor, just open grassy field here. They got little benches to sit on and stuff, but this is beautiful. Got weeping willows for shade and everything. This is really large. Absolutely fantastic. Now, let's take a bit of a tour up here. It's quite a walk around this place, and lots to see. Now what they do is you get over here and they warn you, please watch out for cactus, the local prickly pear cactus. They may be small, but they're very sharp. Yeah, I've run into them before with going right through my boots before. But apparently prickly, in 1983, archaeologists looked for clues of how the original water wheel and trail race may have worked. Interesting. I believe prickly pear is edible, if I'm not mistaken. I know a lot of cactus are edible. You come up here, get near the top, and here we go. It's so bright out, I'm not sure what you can see. But look at how much cactus is all over the place here. All over here. All up there to the top of the hill. And all up this side. All the way up to the top of the hill. So you gotta watch your step up here. I'd really like to try and eat those. Oh, and then we get up here, and this is the trail back down across another bridge back to the main entrance over there. But we're going to go over here because this is all the orchard area or garden area for the mill itself originally. Some apple trees over there, probably heritage. This thing's been going fallow. I think it's going fallow. But look at all the sunflowers. Gotta try and... Oh my gosh, I'm trying to zoom in. My gosh. Okay, let me try this. There we go. Not much, but look at a sea of sunflowers. Just fantastic, eh? Okay, there we go. So you can wander along here. It's really cool. Just to check out all the garden and that. Like I say, it's the fall's coming up, so everything's dying off and you know, ready for the winter kind of deal. They still got some things like sunflowers and that out here. Just beautiful, eh? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the backdrop of the giant hills here. I guess they call them mountains, but just big hills. But this garden area goes down a ways over that way and over to there's a fence over there to another property. But this area here was all the original garden and orchard area for the mill itself. Fantastic, it's fantastic. Okay, we're gonna head back and go back down. Here we go. Down the hill, back to the other end of the grassy area here. I know there's a better name for it, but I keep thinking it's just a grassy area. There we go. Down to the bottom. The sunflower walk is over that way. That's where we just came from. So we turn right around here, and here's the nice, beautiful grassy field here. And there's the mill in the back there going away. Wouldn't this be beautiful to see way back in the day? I mean, it would just be fantastic. Just fantastic, eh? Amazing. There we go. Just beautiful, eh? You just sit out here and enjoy the sounds, the wind in the trees and the birds, and just the nice sounds of the farm and the whole area, the mill, everything. Then we come over here and we cross the lower bridge, nice wide one, at the creek here. What a beautiful little creek here. And I swear to God, a lot of this is pretty much original from way back in the day. Way back in the day. Wow, nice, nice, beautiful. Okay, we are back to where we more or less began. There's the apple house right there. They stored the apples in. And I'll just pan around and show you where we all went there. What a gorgeous, big, open area. And beautiful, everything's beautiful. Oh, we got to do this. Look at this garden here. Got little plots all the way around in a circle. And then they got this really beautiful arbor, I think it's called. Just gorgeous, eh? All made out of old logs and branches and things. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Let's go through here. Oh, I'm getting my feet wet. They're sprinkling. Oh, we're going to get all wet. Get the camera wet too. Oh, why not? Yes. There we go. Oh, I'm getting soaked. You see? I'm getting soaked. Beautiful, huh? And there we are, back at the beginning here. Wow, what a long video. Oh my gosh. Oh well. That's okay. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I hope I got everything. I'm going to find out about those particular apples there. Anyway, let's go back inside. Well, that was the grist mill of KEREMEOS, the last remaining water-powered wheat mill in Western Canada. And it's a long video, I know, but there's so much there to see and so much I haven't actually covered. Like, you can have birthday parties there if you want. You can have themed birthday parties where everyone dresses up in old clothing reminiscent of the late 1800s, stuff like that. You can have your wedding parties there. I'm sure you can book all sorts of different parties there, and they have, like I said, the night markets there, and they have dinners there, especially dinners like the salmon dinner I missed. Oh my God. But there's so much there to see and so much going on there. You really got to come and check it out, or go online and look at everything they do there. But it's just a fantastic place, and I hope you enjoyed the video and got a lot out of it. And hopefully, if you can get down in this neighborhood and go check it out yourself, because really good to see up close and personal. Anyway, that's it for today, I guess, and we'll just catch you in one of my next videos coming down the line here, okay? See you later. Ciao for now.